Welcome back to the MANvFAT Wales YouTube channel. Changing room 2, Newport Gold, National 1719. Don't know the rest of the postcode. But I'm joined for the first time by Kirk Jones, he of BOC fame. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
Yeah, good to be here. Very well. Knackered after the game, but all good.
You just come off the pitch a few minutes ago.
Yes.
What was tell us about it. Who were you playing? What was the score?
So we played in Croc, and the score was 5-3 to us. So we had a good victory, close game, very interesting. Yeah, good.
If you were to pick a player to analyse the performance of on your team, and it was Doody, for instance, what would you say? What would you say about Doody today?
So Doody was the last minute man. Rocks up 5 minutes late, gets the first goal of the game, gives away a penalty as well. So yeah, lots of highlights for Doody, should we say?
He's made the highlight reel.
Yes, 100%.
He's made the highlight reel. He's going to be in the match report. So joining us here on the In Conversation couch for the very first time.
Yeah.
But not your first week. You've been here quite a while, I think, now.
Yeah.
Seasons.
Been here for a few seasons, started on the Blacks and then moved over to the Whites.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get rid of the scan though. He follows me around everywhere.
What a curse, eh?
Yeah.
What a curse. I was constantly having to prop him up every week.
Yeah, well, it's hard work sometimes, but, you know, he's a good guy. Somehow he's top goal scorer, like, to me.
I don't know how.
I don't know how either. I think I set him up all the time. Maybe that's what it is. It's not that.
Fair play for propping him up. One of my, I'm going to ask you later on about your favourite moments, but I think one of my finest achievements at MANvFAT is, I think it was week 1 or week 2. Your first or second week, and I was filming your game and I didn't know your name. And we were going through a period where Scan's team were being assigned just really, really good players.
Yeah.
So you came into the team. I was like, I don't know this chap's name, but he probably did a spell in La Liga before joining, and I believe that's stuck. It
has stuck. I think some of the newer players not so much, but some of the veterans, yeah, definitely. They use that, or if you mention it, they definitely know who I am. Unfortunately though, I'm the guy who hasn't got football experience. Played football probably last when I was about 17, 18 before MANvFAT, and then got into it. So yeah, really good. Like, enjoy football and that, but you know, came probably to MANvFAT for other reasons. The football was probably a bonus for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about them then. What were the reasons that you joined us?
So one of the reasons was to sort of maintain and steadily attack weight loss. I think, you know, I've been guilty in the past of, you know, putting on weight, losing a bit of weight, putting on weight, and then more recently I put on a significant amount of weight. It went up a few stone, and then managed to lose a few stone, and then I was very worried about putting it back on, not where I wanted to be ideally, but then MANvFAT came along. I thought, oh, that's very interesting. Number one, gets me out of the house, so I'm doing something like moving around and all that sort of stuff. And then on the other side there, great bunch of boys, even after the first couple of weeks being here, great bunch of lads and stuff so. You know, it's a nice place you want to go. Does that make sense? Yeah, and then obviously, because you hear about what the other guys are doing in their weight loss journeys, it inspires you. So you know, more recently I started getting back into the gym and that sort of stuff. And because you're a bit more accountable, you're not doing it on your own or things like that. You know, you don't want to let your team down, because you feel like if you put on weight, you'll let the team down a little bit. So it's that little bit of, you know, competition for everything spurs you on a little bit, didn't you, when you got that accountability. So I think that, yeah, you know, that's some of the reasons why.
It's something that I think, you know, it keeps your accountability throughout a much longer period of time.
100%.
Go on.
And I think when you do slip up, the guys are good sounding boards as well when that happens. So if you have a bad week and you would put on a bit of weight, you know, you can talk to the guys, and they've been there as well. They've had those weeks where something's gone on, or, you know, something's come up. You've had a party, birthdays and things like that, and you want to go, right, okay, I want to be able to treat myself a little bit, and then, you know, have that structure then to get back on it, and then continue to lose weight. So even if you went after the 1 week, nobody's going to chuck you under the bus, but they will definitely support you through. Go right, future weeks now. Let's lose it. Let's have a good season, like, do you mean? That's ultimately what you're trying to build, isn't it? To have the best possible season on and off the pitch, like so.
So what has this season been like for you so far, if we focus on the weight loss side of things?
So it's been good. I'm down overall, which is good. I had like 4 weeks on the bounce with continuous weight loss, which I was really happy with. It's a bit of a record for me. I had a week where I blipped up, but then last 2 weeks I've been down again. So it's keeping that consistency for me, and that's what it's been. It's been good because like we're all on the WhatsApp chats and all this sort of stuff. Like, do you mean we'll tell each other our weeks are going on. We'll check in each other. I think when you see that someone else is potentially doing well or not so well, both of them spur you on to want to do well, because you want to pick up the slack for someone else who's having a challenging week, or you want to do well, you want to keep up with the guys. Like, do you mean? I think that's nice. Like, do you mean, it's a good motivating feeling rather than just going like, oh, I had a bad week. If you're doing your own, you had a bad week, you just want to chuck in a towel, and just go, I'll just binge all weekend now and that sort of thing, and like, because you're able to talk to the guys, I think like it's good. Like, it keeps you on track, or if you were going to like put on a little bit of weight, you would probably put on a lot less than what you would have if you were on your own. Or
gives you a perspective too.
Yeah, it does. Like, do you mean? And we all talk about the 0.1s and stuff like that. Like, do you mean a loss is a loss and stuff like that? But also, if you gain a 0.1, like, do you mean people are like, right, okay, well, when you lose next week, and that's one of the things we always say to each other, if you do put on, then you just need a big loss the following week, like, do you mean? And then everyone's like, oh yeah, I put on, so I'll hit the gym more, or I'll be that more accountable in terms of my, awareness of what eating, my portion control, or types of food, ditch the burger and chips for, steak and salad or something like that. Like, so
love a steak and salad.
Yeah, everyone does now. I just love a steak. Like,
so what's is there a goal for you? Is there like a point you'd like to reach?
Yeah, there is. To be honest with you, so I want to get down to being my boss. That's my ultimate goal, to get there. My first step is get down to my 5%. And then then just push through then to be a my boss from there, because I don't think I'm that far away. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll hit 10% before I hit BMI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm only 95 at the moment. I think my 5% is like 89, and then I think I'm only a little bit further away then. I can't remember exact numbers and stuff like that. If not, like, maybe I'll hit 10%, but that'll be it then, and then I'll be my boss then. So that's my long-term goal. And getting there is like good. It's a journey, isn't it? That's what
it's a process for sure.
Yeah, you got to remember and stuff. Like, I think myself sometimes where like my weight will obviously be good, and sometimes you'll feel good because your clothes feel looser. Everything's feeling good, when you're in the mirror and stuff, like, do you mean, you're feeling better about yourself.
Yeah.
And anyway, and you go, I'm holding on to something more than what I should be, like, do you mean? So it's all of those sort of things. And again, because you've got the other guys who are going through the same sort of thing, and you can talk to them and say, like, I felt really good this week. My weight's gone up. Everyone's like, and people talk about reasons why things happen, and they say, wait for next week, keep it going, wait for next week, see the difference, and then you see it, and you'll go suddenly, you go like 1.5 in a week, and you just go, wow, that's amazing. Like, so I put on like maybe 0.1 or 0.2 or something, you'd be like a bit down, because you then have a massive drop. It puts it in perspective, really, probably over the last couple of weeks, you probably did come down. It's just your body doing different things, you're retaining water or things like that, like, do you mean? So, but it's good, like, it's good.
There's a huge like array of guys here, right? We've got guys at the very beginning of their journey, and guys that have molded lots of BMI bosses in Newport, which is, is one of the greatest things to see. And they talked about what you said there. There's lots of experience. People can help you with lots of different things. I've never been in a position where I'm knocking on the door of being my boss, but I imagine those are the kilos that are probably the hardest to lose.
Yeah. And
you coming in at that stage of the journey, there's every reason there as to why this is taking maybe a bit longer than you thought it would.
Yeah, definitely. When I speak to some of the boys, like, and like we talk about what we eat and we share the trackers and stuff like that with each other, and then some
Steak and salad.
yeah, straight steak and salad. But sometimes I see what some people eat, and I go, oh, that's your week, and then they weigh and they lost, and I go, I can't eat that, like, because if I ever were to eat that, I would have put on like doing and stuff like that. But it's all because everyone's different shapes and sizes, aren't they? Like, do you mean so? For someone, they, you know, if they're a bit bigger and they're losing, they're still eating like a lot better to what they were previously eating, so their weight is coming off, like, do you mean, and stuff like that. So I think, but it's still really good. Like my biggest challenge is like alcohol. Like I like a beer on the weekend and that sort of stuff. Like, it's all empty calories, isn't it? Like, do you mean when you eat a certain way and then you add on, you know, 4 beers and you go, oh, that's 1,000 calories onto it. Like,
and then it makes you fucking hungry.
Oh, I mean, well, you think Chinese is the next stop, isn't it? But it's controlling that and curbing that. I had a really strong start to the year where I did like dry January and I moved that into February as well. And, you know, that was part of the thing that compounded my 4 weeks on the bounce of weight loss as well. Like, do you mean? So it's doing that and then going, right, okay, you know, you don't have to restrict yourself too much, but have a good awareness of it and go, well, actually, do I need to do this? Like, some people struggle with the fact that they want to go to beers on the weekend. Other people struggle in the fact that they like to eat chocolate. Like, do you mean everyone's got their sins or their
mine's cheese.
Yeah,
it's a fucking vice for me.
Yeah, exactly. You got your own vices, and you literally just, you know, you learn around that. And you go, right, actually, can I ditch it this week and have me on special occasions? Like, do you mean, and for me, the beer, I'm just like, right, do I need to have a drink? Like, do you mean this weekend? It's not like alcohol, no. This is not it, you know. But it's like, do you need it to drink this weekend, or can you go like a few weekends out there? And like when I did that through dry January into February, and stuff like that, it was really good for me. Like, to me, I felt a lot better for it and stuff like that. Right. So it's taking that forward and stuff like that. But on previous seasons, I've seen some of that because I'll go for, you know, a big weekend, like a big blow up weekend, and then you come back, even if you've been good all week, you come back and that would just hang over you and you just put on, like, didn't you? So it's all that learning stuff. But I think the reason that you said about the other guys, that I'll speak to like Mikey Henderson and stuff, like, do you mean about
he's a skinny bitch. He's a proper skinny bitch.
But in nice though, you can see some of the people when like they show you the pictures when they
it was always a skinny bitch
and stuff, like, and you just go, wow, and you just go, well, how did you do that? Like, do you mean? And they'll tell you little things, like, do you mean? And I'll say like, I struggle with this, and they're like, oh well, you know, have you tried this and stuff, like, but no one like judges you and goes, you just need to like man up and get on with it, sort of thing. Everyone's super helpful with advice, because they all got different experiences.
Every week here is riddled with brilliant stories, favourite moments, stuff that we still talk about today. La Liga being one of my favourites.
Yeah.
What's your story to tell or favourite moment?
What's my favourite moment? That's a hard one, that is. My favourite moment.
You got some titles and you got some trophies.
Yeah, we have it. I think the team I'm on now is a fantastic team that we've got on. We've got a great captain in Archie. We got like, Doodie's funny, but he's also a fantastic defender. He can strike, but he's a fantastic defender.
He's a footballer, isn't he?
Yeah,
football in mind.
And then obviously Scans, a bit of a
well, every team's got their weaknesses.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you talk about Scan, it goes, Scan, like, I mean, but you know. Again, he's a good guy, isn't he? But I think like my highlight was probably what team we against one team. I forget which team it was against, and it's one of my highlights because we were ahead by far. We were playing a really good game, getting lots of goals in and stuff like that. So the guys then were really pro. I think they really want me to score a goal. So I've never scored a goal in the league. On Wednesday football and things like that I've scored, but never in the league. So they were there to try and set me up, and they set me up for 3 cracking shots, and I got them all on target, but everyone was saved. So I think that's a highlight for me, just because it was great to see like the guys, like they all wanted it. Like,
you feel really supported.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to me, I wanted it. And, you know, afterwards I was like, oh my god, I can't believe even when people lay me up, I can't get a goal in. But I do joke to them. I do say to them like, look, I can't goals like do me. That's not my thing. I can tackle people, I can run around, I can put people off, or put them under pressure and stuff. But scoring goals is not my thing. I would say I got 2 left feet, but I probably got more than 2 left feet. Like
2 hooves.
Yeah.
Sounds like you were playing us that day, because we like to let lots of goals in, but we've also got a brilliant keeper in Pep. So if you had 3 on target, probably us.
Yeah. Good.
I wasn't going to do this, but I think I will, because it's funny and I've got them written down. So these are quick fire questions about your team. We might cut this out and put it on TikTok. We might not. Who knows? So I'm going to fire through these, and I just want the name of your team member of your team that fits the description.
Okay.
Most competitive.
Most competitive, I'd say Champo.
Obviously. Biggest nerd.
Biggest nerd. I'm just going to say Rob. I don't know why, but
most driven.
Most driven, I would say Scan.
Longest in the shower.
I'm going to say Judy because he's always late.
Yep. Spends the most on kit.
Spends the most on kit. Ooh, maybe Champo again. You all get new gloves, don't you?
Who runs the most?
Archie.
Who's the goal scorer?
It's gone.
Who's the funniest?
Who's Aid?
Oh yeah, he is. He's a real dream whenever he comes in. Who's the dark horse?
Rob.
Yes, and finally the biggest loser on BOC.
Corky.
Of course, yeah, Corky.
He's amazing.
He's got a great team, isn't he?
He is our skills machine. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's where Scan might be top goal scorer, he'll be top loser.
I want to finish off with, if you were talking to a fictional man who is struggling with his weight, he's thinking about a few options, he's thinking about ManvFAT, what do you say to him?
Come down, come meet everyone. Like, do you mean get it? Like, you know, see if this is for you. But I think great bunch of guys, you know, great atmosphere. You don't have to be good at football. Like, there's plenty of players out there. Bit shit, right? And
I got a goal tonight. It was amazing.
Amazing. But it's just that thing of people will help you around and tell you what to do in terms of on the pitch and things like that. It's great, you know, they do the other sessions of football and stuff, so you get to know people and you get your fitness up by getting involved in those sessions and stuff. Like, people are always willing to do things with you. They'll give you motivational talks about, you know, going to the gym and stuff like that. Everyone's got their own journey. Everyone's on different stages of the journey. So if you're new, or you know, you're a veteran weight loss person and you just want to maintain it off, or you're new and you're just like, you think, you know, my weight is getting me down, or I don't feel so good about my weight and I want to make a change, like I think come down. But I think you've got to want to do it as well. That's the key thing here. You've got to want to do it. The guys are great with support and everyone will help you to achieve it, but ultimately you're the one who puts into your body what you should have. And I think like that's key. So you got to take the responsibility for it. However, I think it's one of the best places to do it and to keep it doing. Like, I think if I didn't come here, I probably a few months back would have regained the weight I lost. Like, you know, so for me, even though I probably haven't lost as much as what I probably would like to have lost, I'm still losing. I haven't put it back on. So for me, that's a tremendous win, because like I said, in the past, I would lose it, might even lose for like 6 months and then it'd be back on. Whereas now, I've, you know, probably done like kind of like best part of like nearly a year with the weight off, and it stayed off, like, you know what I mean, which is fantastic. And ManvFAT helps me do that, and I'd be so happy. I'm so happy when I'm sub 90. That would be my dream. I'll be crying that day. But
I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to
see me cry.
Well, that, but I'll probably cry too. It wouldn't be the first time. I love seeing boys achieve, and I've really enjoyed your time in your company. Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
For coming into the pit, and see you next time.
Yeah. Cheers.
Thank you.